How you guys doing? LeftBurst here, and today we're going to be talking about the new Beyblade news, or maybe it's not new because it's been out for a week. I just haven't been able to make a video. I've been really busy. I'm sorry there hasn't been many uploads. It's all about school, but you guys probably don't want to hear it. Let's just talk about the awesome Beyblade news. We got so much Beyblade news, and most of it is extremely hype. We got a new Longinus. Guys, we're getting a GT version of Longinus, and that is insane. I was literally just talking about getting a GT version of Longinus in like one of my latest videos, and Garrett told me was like, LeftBurst, don't worry, we got you. And they made like a new Longinus, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the hugest fan of the new Longinus, but I don't dislike it. You know, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, so we got a new Longinus. We also got a new Bahamut, and when I saw that there was a new Bahamut, I was kind of like, I don't know, this is kind of hard to explain, but I was freaking out a little because Bahamut didn't get a Chosi evolution, but then it got a GT evolution, so I was like, what other god base can get GT evolutions that didn't get Chosi evolutions? Like, can we get like a GT version of Shelter Regulus, or like a GT version of Alt to Chronos? That would be insane. Anyway, we'll talk about that one later, and I just really like the idea of Bahamut getting a GT evolution, and the GT evolution yeah, I just said we were going to talk about it later. I'm talking about it now. Whatever. Moving on. We also got two brand new GT Beyblades. One of them's name is Judgement Joker, which is an amazing name. Joker from Smash Bros. Now he's in Beyblade. But yeah, he also looks really awesome, really cool. I really like his design, and he has like an amazing gimmick. Another thing, apparently all these GT Beyblades are having gimmicks now because I don't know, they just all have gimmicks. Like, remember when GT first came out, I didn't really think they're gonna do too much with layer gimmicks because I thought the system was kind of already a layer gimmick, and it would be kind of hard to implement layer gimmicks with like Gachinko chip and the weight disc. But I guess the Karatomi proved me wrong because they're making all these new Beyblades have these weird, funky, crazy gimmicks like Judgement Joker. You know what? We'll talk about that one later as well. And finally, the last Beyblade we're gonna be talking about today is DIABOROS, and DIABOROS looks sick. Oh my god, it looks so cool. It comes in, we'll talk about that one later as well. God, I'm getting too excited. Anyway, but yeah, I just want to say DIABOROS looks amazing. It took Spriggan's color scheme. It's kind of a mixture of GT Spriggan and putting its own spin. It's like it's a different version of Spriggan, I would say. So if they don't make a Spriggan GT Beyblade, expect this one to be my favorite Beyblade. Anyway, let's get started. Where should we start? I kind of want to start with the new Beyblades. I mean, they're technically all new Beyblades, but like the non-evolution Beyblades. Like, I don't really want to talk about the new Longinus or the new Bahamut yet. Let's start with Judgement Joker and VENOM/Erase DIABOROS. We're gonna start with Judgement Joker first because Judgement Joker comes out the soonest. I think Judgement Joker actually comes out this month, which is crazy. Okay, so here is Judgement Joker on screen right now, and I actually really love its design. I think the reason why I like Joker so much is because Joker was so hyped in Smash Bros, and then all of a sudden we're getting a Beyblade named Joker, and it just looks so cool. I really like its color scheme. I like how it's like purple, gold, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue. I think it just looks really nice. It just looks, I don't know, just looking at it, it just looks really fun. It looks like a really fun Beyblade. Anyway, let me explain the gimmick to this Beyblade. At least what I understand the gimmick is. The gimmick is kind of confusing. So one half has horrible burst resistance and the other half has crazy burst resistance. So how they do this is, as you see on screen, that little red thing near the disc prongs, that's supposed to be a burst stopper. And oh my gosh, that burst stopper is huge. So yeah, it has a burst stopper on one side, but apparently on the other side, if you hit the rubber part and the red part, the burst stopper will come back in and the Beyblade will be able to burst or something. So that's how they're doing it, I think. One side has a burst stopper, the other side has something that hits the burst stopper in. So if you hit the burst stopper side, has crazy burst resistance. If you hit the non-burst stopper side, hits the burst stopper in, and the Beyblade burst or whatever. Also, another thing to note is apparently Judgement Joker, those red things, like I said before, those are rubber, so Fafner's not the only Beyblade with rubber on the layer. Now we have Judgement Joker. And also, some things that I have learned about Fafner using it. I did one video with Fafner testing out the spin steel, and Fafner was a spin steel god. He was crazy. He was beating all those right spin Beyblades. But then after the video, I decided to do a few battles against some left spin Beyblades, and Fafner sucks against left spin Beyblades. It bursts like crazy. You launch Wizard Fafnir in the stadium, and then you launch like a Beyblade like Geist Fafnir, for instance. A Beyblade that doesn't really have too much attack power. I mean, obviously with the absorb power, with the absorb driver, it has absorb break, but for the most part, it doesn't really have that much attack power. And Geist Fafnir is able to destroy Wizard Fafnir. It is crazy. Wizard Fafnir has like 0 burst resistance, because I guess the rubber has a lot of friction or whatever. So I feel like the same's gonna be for this Beyblade, and that's kind of why design like this burst stopper gimmick. It's really interesting, it's really cool. Next, we got a core skin of this Beyblade showing all of its parts, as you can see. We already talked about the layer, but let's talk about the other parts. It comes with the disc, 00, the disc that came on Chozy Achilles, and 00 was one of the heaviest core well, I just realized, why are they making core discs again? Like, I thought we were on that new Hype GT disc grind, you know, the disc with like the gimmicks inside of it. Why are we going back to the Chozy discs? Oh my gosh, I'm stressed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the number discs, they're kind of cool with the frames, but I definitely like the Chozy discs better. Like, Hurricane's amazing, Blitz is amazing, Sting is amazing. I just want more of those. Don't give us more Chozy core discs. God, that ruined my mood. I was like, oh, it comes with 00, that's pretty cool. But then I realized, oh wait, it's a GT Beyblade. It should come with something cooler. But it's whatever. Anyway, 00 is still it's still a good disc. It's one of the heaviest discs out there. It also comes with the turn frame, the frame that came on Dead Hades, and I'm really liking the color scheme on the turn frame. It looks so nice. It's like a turquoise color. It looks amazing. And finally, we have a new driver on this Beyblade. This driver being named Trick, and I like how like the driver name goes well with the layer name. Judgement Joker Trick, like the Joker's trick. That's funny, that's cool. Anyway, so I don't really understand this driver either, just like I don't really understand the gimmick to this Beyblade. The driver gimmick also confuses me, but what I do understand is that it's supposed to be randomized, so half the time when you launch Beyblade in the stadium, it's gonna go in stamina mode or something, or defense mode, and half the time it's gonna go in attack mode, just like randomized, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm really excited to see how that works in the stadium. Imagine if you're doing a tournament and you really need that one mode, but it's like 50-50 chance to get that mode, and if you get that one mode, you win, but if you get that other mode, you're gonna lose. And like maybe Trick, one of Trick's modes, like the best driver in the game, so it's like life or death here, and you launch the Beyblade into the stadium against your opponent, and it turns out it used the correct mode, and then you win the tournament, and then super hype. That would be amazing, but honestly, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Okay, enough talking about Judgement Joker. Let's talk, I mean, Judgement Joker's really cool, but let's talk about the cooler one, DIABOROS. And oh, DIABOROS looks amazing. Here's a core skin of DIABOROS, and when I first saw this Beyblade, I was like, that's a GT Spriggan right there. It has the GT Spriggan color scheme. It reminds me of, oh yeah, by the way, DIABOROS comes in 2 modes, just like Ace Dragon, where it comes in like Rock, Grand, and Ace Dragon. DIABOROS comes in Venom DIABOROS and Erase DIABOROS. So when I first saw Venom and Erase DIABOROS, it definitely reminded me of Legend Spriggan and Spriggan Requiem. I can't be the only one that thinks that. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks that. So yeah, the Venom one definitely looks a lot like Legend Spriggan with its color scheme kind of darker, and the Erase one looks like Spriggan Requiem with its color scheme kind of lighter, and it looks so cool. I really like it. Anyway, so yeah, I think the Erase is supposed to be for upper attacks, and or maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. One of them's for upper and one of them's for smash. I just know that. It's kind of like Spriggan, Legend Spriggan, where if you go right spin mode, it's like upper attacks, you go left spin mode, smash attacks. Oh yeah, also this thing's dual spin. This is basically Spriggan. This is the GT version of Spriggan. Like, come on. It has a Spriggan color scheme. It's dual spin. I think it's a balance type. It's basically the GT version of Spriggan, which is kind of sad, because that means we're not really gonna get a GT version of Spriggan, although I really hope we do. Come on, we can get a DIABOROS Beyblade and a Spriggan Beyblade. That would be amazing. Now, I don't think the parts are revealed for this Beyblade. We only have the layer, but the layer still is super cool. It looks so sick. I'm so excited for this thing. And also, apparently the Gachinko chip, you know, like Gachinko chips normally they can only be put on like right spin layers, or they can only be put on left spin spin layers. I'm guessing that this Gachinko chip for DIABOROS can be put on right and left spin layers, which is really cool. I'm hoping it has really good teeth, because maybe, no, imagine if it has like the best teeth in the game, then no one would use any other Gachinko chip. It's like, alright, I'm only going to be using the DIABOROS Gachinko chip because it's good on right spin Beyblades, it's good on left spin Beyblades. Okay, and yeah, I think that's all there is about DIABOROS. It is just, oh, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. It's super hype. And I don't know if that's rubber on the layer. You see those like red parts on both VENOM DIABOROS and Erase DIABOROS, those little red parts, are those rubber? Like if that was rubber, I mean, it doesn't make that much contact, but it'd still be pretty cool. It's kind of like the friction driver, where the friction driver has like rubber on the outside, but it doesn't make contact with stadium, but it's still kind of cool. Okay, moving on to the two Beyblades that got evolutions. Let's talk about the new Longinus first. This is Zweel. I think it's Zwei. This is Zwei Longinus. I think it's German. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna call it Zwei. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Zwei Longinus, and here is a picture of Zwei Longinus. And overall, I don't know how I feel about this Beyblade, guys. To me, it looks like a fusion of Bloody Longinus and Lost Longinus. Like, it still looks cool, but when you compare it to something like Nightmare Longinus, it's like, alright, Nightmare Longinus is a lot cooler, but I'm still digging this Beyblade. Something I find really cool about this Beyblade is if you look at it, the layer has metal dragons on it. Imagine if they didn't put metal dragons on the new Longinus. I'd be like, why? This isn't even a Longinus, I don't want it. So I'm so happy that when they made it into GT, they put metal on it. And why that's cool is because no other Gachi layer has metal on it yet. Like, no other Gachi layer, at least the the bottom part of the layer has metal, so this will be the first one with metal, maybe the only one with metal, and that's really cool. It's kind of a fusion of a Gachi layer and a GT layer. So not only is there metal on the outside or the bottom part of the layer, there's also metal for the weight disc, which is amazing. Okay, but it does look like the Gachinko chip in the middle is not metal. Those golden dragons look like plastic. Although, that would have been so cool if we got like a metal Gachinko chip. Longinus would be the Beyblade to put a metal Gachinko chip. Like, why didn't they do that? That's so bizarre. I really wish that they put metal on this Beyblade. Also, it looks like its contact points are kind of weird. I don't like the shape of this Beyblade. It just looks, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't look even. It looks like an oval. I don't like the oval shape. I definitely would prefer a rounder. I mean, I think oval shape is better for attack, so that's probably why it's an oval shape. But I like the round shape of Nightmare Longinus. I think that looked really cool. I really wish they would go back to the Nightmare Longinus type layers. Like, come on, Takara Tomy, you couldn't have made the new Longinus, the Zwei Longinus fusion of the layer and disc. That would have been so cool. We need another fusion Beyblade layer disc thingamabobber besides Nightmare Longinus. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. We have Dread Bahamut, and let me just say, Dread Bahamut, Takara Tomy has been killing it with the names. We got Judgement Joker, VENOM Erase DIABOROS, and Dread Bahamut. Maybe, I mean, I'm not the hugest fan of Zwei Longinus, the name, but it might grow on me. Anyway, so yeah, here is Dread Bahamut right here, and it comes in Random Layer Collection Volume 1. And you might be asking, wait, we've gotten other Random Layer Collections, why is this called Volume 1? It's because the other Random Layer Collections were released in gachapons, those little like capsule things that you find in Japan. You put like a quarter in, you turn it, and then you get a layer. These things are actually going to be released in a package, in a box, which is kind of interesting. Here's the box right here. So it looks like if you buy the box, you get all the layers, and I mean, okay, sure. I was never really able to buy the gachapons because I didn't live in Japan, so I guess this is cool. It doesn't really make a difference to me. It's basically just a full set, which is kind of interesting. Why they would change it now, and why they don't just keep on doing the gacha. It's confusing. Anyway, let's talk about Dread Bahamut right here. Here is Dread Bahamut. Overall, to me, it just looks like a GT version of Bahamut. It looks like they took Arc Bahamut and they're like, okay, let's do the exact same design, except turn it into a GT Beyblade, which I'm not complaining. I actually really like how Arc Bahamut's a GT Beyblade, because Arc Bahamut was one of my favorite God Beyblades, and when I heard it turned into a GT Beyblade, I was extremely hyped. Like, obviously I don't sound like super hyped right now because I've known this Beyblade news. I've known all this Beyblade news for like a week now, so the hype kind of died down, but I'm still pretty excited for it, pretty excited to get it. So yeah, I was super hyped when I heard Bahamut got GT evolution. evolution just because it didn't get a Cho Z evolution like I was saying earlier in this video. So what other Beyblades from the God series can be turned into like a GT Beyblade? Like, are we gonna get like a GT version of Christ Satan Kinetics 2? Imagine Cisco back in the anime. That would be amazing. I really want more GT Beyblades of God Beyblades. It'd be awesome. Anyway, so yeah, here is Bahamut on screen right now, and it does look like Bahamut does come with a similar gimmick as its God Layer counterpart, where based on its clicks is based on how round it is, how much defense it has, which is very interesting. I like how they didn't throw that away and they kept that in this layer. And yeah, again, it just looks like, it literally just looks like they took Arc Bahamut and they turned into a GT Beyblade, maybe add a bit more lighter purple and add some green, and they're like, boom, GT Bahamut, Dread Bahamut. Anyway, let's talk about the other layers in this package. First, we got Ace Valkyrie, a yellow recolor, and honestly, it looks really nice. I actually really like this recolor. I like how in GT they can take like layers and different Ganchiko chips from different Beyblades, put them together and still make them look nice. Like, this looks really nice. This looks like a new Valkyrie with the recolor, and it looks so awesome. Okay, the next Beyblade that in this set is, we have, what other Beyblades are here? Let me look. We have a green version of Dead Phoenix, and honestly, I don't really know how, it's just a green version of Dead Phoenix. I'm happy we're getting a recolor of Dead Phoenix, because I don't think we've gotten a recolor of Dead Phoenix before. So this is our first recolor of Dead Phoenix, and they decided to make it like an emerald green color, and I'm kind of digging it. It kind of gives me this like Rayquaza kind of vibes, or Mega Rayquaza, just because it's like green and gold. Actually, it does look like Mega Rayquaza. That's really, I'm liking this recolor now. It looks like Mega Rayquaza, and Mega Rayquaza is a really cool Beyblade. Okay, moving on to the final Beyblade, we have a recolor of Air Knight, a red recolor of Air Knight, and in the middle it kind of looks like there's some yellow plastic, so it looks like in the middle there's like an explosion, on the outside there's like fire, or like, I don't know, just redness. I think it looks really cool. That's another really cool recolor. So yeah, overall I'm pretty excited for this random layer collection, and yeah, I think that's all the Beyblade news we have for today. Again guys, I'm sorry I haven't been uploading as often as I'm supposed to. I don't know, how often am I supposed to upload? I want to strive for 3 uploads a week, guys. That's gonna be my goal over the summer. Hopefully during the summer I'll be able to upload more, and I just want to apologize because I haven't been uploading that much. Anyway, yeah, I'm super excited for these new GT Beyblades. They're all so cool. Each and every one of them's amazing. We got Judgement Joker, DIABOROS, Dread Bahamut, and Zweil, or did I call it Zweil? How do you pronounce that? Zwei? I think it's Zwei. And Zwei Longinus. Some people are gonna be really triggered in the comment section. It's like, you pronounce it blah blah blah, not blah blah blah. And to you guys, I say, I don't care. Just kidding, I care a lot. Alright, see you guys later. LeftBurst out.